Coming up, the dive team finds out if it has really solved the greatest Bermuda Triangle mystery of all time.
It could still be the Mariner.
And a pilot is shrouded in a mysterious fog as she crosses the ocean.
I wasn't sure if I was right side up or upside down. I felt like I just totally lost control of the airplane.
After months of planning and several days of hard diving, Mike Barnett and his crew from the Association of Underwater Explorers believe they may have discovered debris from what could be one of the most important plane wrecks of all time, the PBM Mariner rescue plane of Flight 19.
Yeah, with the combination of all the information out there, whether it's on the seafloor or in the archives, we can piece together and get the full story. We can learn the identity of the pilot, know his name, and know his aircraft, and know its history. It's possible this pilot could still be alive.
Personally, I'm thinking, what happened to this plane? What was its mission? When did it go down? Who was flying it? What happened to the pilot? Is it possible that, there's someone's loved one that they've never known what happened to, and perhaps we can provide some closure to those people?
The dive team is returning to the area where it believes the PBM Mariner crashed over 50 years ago. With them is aircraft crash investigator Craig McBurney. It's his job to identify the debris on the ocean floor and determine if this is wreckage from Flight 19. If it is, it would be one of the greatest finds of recent years.
Well, the plan is to go down on the line, get down to the engine, take an overall look around the engine, and then look at a couple key features. We'll start with the big parts first to see if we can narrow down the manufacturer of the engine, and then we'll start trying to look at the specific model.
Why don't you go ahead and sit over on that side right there. We're going to splash Evan first so he can get your shot, and then I'll coach you through the roll-in, and then I'll come in right after you.
When you actually get down on the wreck, it's like going back in time. Even though there's incrustation and there's deterioration, it still makes you go back into a time when that airplane stopped living as an airplane and started living as an artifact or memorial. The engine appears to have come off the aircraft and fallen onto its nose. So the propeller is laying flat on the floor of the ocean, and the engine is sticking up upside down with the back of the engine on the top.
It's possible, based on the way the wreckage lies, that the plane exploded in midair, or that this particular plane that we're looking at exploded in midair, as we know the Mariner did.
The Mariner aircraft has 4 engines, and each propeller in each engine has 4 propeller blades. By looking at the engine mount and the remaining part of the aircraft, that should give us all clues as to how this engine ended up in the middle of the Bermuda Triangle on the bottom of the floor, sitting on its nose like that.
So based on your firsthand observations today, do you have any conclusions or a new theory of what this engine might be, what the aircraft might be?
It's hard to say right now. We have to do a little more research. I'd like to look at the photographs that we took today and see if we can compare those to the manuals that I brought along and see if there's some way we might be able to narrow it down a little bit.
He's kind of got a list of potential suspects in his mind, and he seems to be fairly confident that this could be the Mariner.
It could still be the Mariner.
Key West International, this is November 1560 Echo, requesting permission to taxi to runway 7.
30 years after Flight 19 vanished into the Bermuda Triangle, another pilot, Cary Trantham, reported a terrifying experience in the same skies.
We just left Naples and I was heading towards Marathon, and then all of a sudden it was like a big blanket flew over my airplane and I was in total dark. At first I was in total shock, it's like, what in the heck is going on? And then I just tried to get control of the airplane. I felt like I just totally lost control of the airplane. My radio started buzzing, and my instruments were just going crazy, especially my compasses. wasn't sure if I was right side up or upside down. I was very scared, to say the least. I didn't want to die.
Miraculously, Cary regained control and was able to land her plane. She had it thoroughly checked out, and bizarrely, there were no mechanical or electrical problems at all.
I did not discuss exactly what happened to me for many years because it was just like a big, bad nightmare. And if I hadn't gone out and flown the next day, I would have never flown an airplane again.